Have you seen Wilma Woolf? When I first came across this work, I was floored. It was her piece Domestic, a series of 8 plates laid out like a dinner setting on a black glass table, mirrored so that you have to encounter your own face as you read the work. Each plate records a single year in the UK, listing the women killed by men, their relationship to the perpetrator, and a ring of small icons that describes how they died. It was as if Judy Chicago's dinner party collided head-on with the reality of contemporary statistics in Britain. It's beautiful, meticulous, and devastating. In this episode of the podcast, I finally sit down with Wilma after 2 years and near misses and sliding doors moments to talk about how that work came into being. The years of research, the activist networks that quietly keep track of the women our government doesn't properly count, and what it means when bereaved families come to the work and trace their fingers down the side of the plates to find names. We also talk about what comes after a work like that. How do you move forward when your breakout piece is a major era-defining artwork about male violence, one that's shown at Parliament, at the V&A, at Richard Saltoun Gallery, and yet you wish with every fiber of your being that it didn't need to exist at all. Wilma talks to us about her new project, Temple of Safety, which is a quietly radical attempt to write a kind of Bill of Rights for intimate relationships. We get into art history, policy failure, why language like domestic is so misleading, and how art can shoulder the burden of starting conversations that we don't know how to have. This is not a light episode, but it's full of clarity and care. And I honestly think we are very lucky that Wilma Woolf is making the work she's making right now. For obvious reasons, Wilma has asked for her face to be obscured throughout this podcast. I hate that this is necessary, but I understand all too well. And now, have you seen Wilma Woolf?
Hello, lovely to meet you.
I said this when we were talking sort of backstage, as it were. This feels like it is so long coming, and almost maybe 2 years to the day that I feel like I discovered your work. Am I remembering this correctly?
No, I think that's about right. I think it feels about 2 or 3 years. I have a weird perception of time ever since sort of COVID happened. I'm not sure my brain sort of record things in the same way, but yeah, it definitely feels about that sort of time. And yeah, I agree. I feel like we've sort of had lots of sliding doors moments where we may have almost met.
Yeah, exactly. Many, 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 many. But I'm so glad to sort of have the time and the space to talk to you now, and indeed, like, have this conversation fresh, as it were, right? Like, really start at the
Mhm.
beginning and get into it all. Um, which means I want to start with the project that I saw first, that made me look
Yes.
and look and look and look, which was obviously the plates series.
Hmm.
Can you
Hmm.
just, for listeners who don't know your work, can you just give us a quick download of that project and how it started?
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. So, that series of work is called Domestic, and it's a series of 8 plates, and each plate represents 1 year. And so it records 8 years of essentially information and data that was all already publicly available, um, that demonstrates and records and memorializes the women that have been killed by men in the UK over that 8 year period. Um, so, around, and it records the relationship to the person that killed the woman, and then round the outside, the edge of the plate, there are icon designs which, in one glance, tell the viewer how that woman was killed. It's an incredibly serious piece of work, um, and it has been displayed in various places. So it's been at the Richard Saltoun Gallery. It's been at the Houses of Parliament, and it's been at the V&A, and some other places. Yeah, and I think, I mean, so if you, it's on a black glass table, so the plates take up the table as if it's a dinner setting, and the glass is so black that when you look over it as the viewer, it acts as a mirror, so you can see your face as you are viewing the artwork, see other people's faces, and that was very intentional. And one of the things that I really wanted to do with this piece of work is to kind of help to dispel the myth that domestic violence, domestic abuse is something that happens to other people somewhere else in another country. Um, and so the fact that you can see your kind of own reflection kind of, I hope, underlines that point.